So if you look at number one, all right, now as a beginner, you look at this, you might not know what's going on. So I'm going to write down the standard form of the parabola in conics. All right, right next to it, right next to the equation right here, so you can tell easily. And by the way, this is considered the standard form of parabola in conic section. So if you wonder, like, wait, hold on, I thought standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Yes, that's still true. But since we're dealing with conics, our perspective is a little bit modified right here. So now, you look at this equation, x squared equals to 16y. What information can you tell straight away? Yes. Oh, very good. The vertex is 0, 0. All right, because, well, you're supposed to see the minus h and minus k, which you see none over here in the equation. So that only means one thing, that the h and k are both 0. What else can you tell? What is squared? The x is squared, that means it must be a vertical. If x is squared, it must be a vertical parabola. But is it opening up or opening down? It's opening up because the p-value is positive. So at this point, I would strongly encourage you to just go ahead and put down the parabola. Draw the sketch on the parabola so that your mind doesn't have to hold it. You have a little visual reference. You can say, oh, when I draw my picture, it's going to look like this. All right, it's going to be a parabola that's opening up. Now, here comes the most important question out of everything here. And that is, what's the p-value? What is the p-value? It will be 4, because you will compare. You look at the form, you're like, oh, so 16 is actually your 4p. So that means p must be 4. So we know the vertex, and now you might need to flip to the previous page, but the mental picture that I told you to take earlier, this mental picture. Why is this mental picture important? Because you need to know where the P is located. Okay, where are the main features of these of this parabola, like focus and the directrix. So we're like, oh, so it's a parabola that's opening up. So I know this right here, it's our focus. 0, 0 is our vertex. All right. I'm just labeling this because I want to make sure you can see it. You do not have to label it if you don't want to. You don't need to. And since the p-value is 4, that means 8 units to the left from the focus and 8 units to the left from the focus. We got the endpoints of the lattice rectum. And why? Why do we care? Well, because now you can connect the points. And your graph is done. Your graph is done. And after you finish your graph, now you can take your time to fill out the blanks down below. You'll be like, oh yeah, it's opening up. The absolute p-value is 4. The vertex is 0, 0. The focus is 0, 4. Oh, I didn't draw the directrix. The directrix should be -4. And the axis of symmetry, oh, hold on. That's a mistake that I made. The directrix is y goes to -4. And then the axis of symmetry is x equals to 0. Now, I'm glad that I made a mistake because that was something I want to remind you. I remember I made these mistakes when I was young, and I hope that you will not make this mistake. And that is this. When you look at a directrix right here, okay, when you look at a directrix right here on the graph, Now, your brain sees a horizontal line, right? Your brain sees a horizontal line, and your brain might get tempted to say the letter X. The reason why your brain might get tempted to say the letter X is because x-axis is horizontal. But you have to tell yourself that, wait, hold on, this is not x equals to -4 because that -4 is your y value. So this line right here should be y equals to -4, not anything else. The axis of symmetry, it's the y-axis, all right? But it's x equals to 0. Because every single point on this line, x is equal to 0. So I would strongly recommend you to get the graph done, then you fill in the blanks. Okay, you don't need to rush to fill in the blanks. You don't want to get the numbers in your head and confuse yourself. Okay, so always draw the graph first. So the idea is this: you always tell the orientation where it opens up or down, and then make sure you get the p-values properly. Then you can get your graph. Okay, get your blanks filled out too.